So Christian Cavazos accused me of strangling him. So I am in court going through that.
Requesting a final order and specifically the state's requesting app close be ordered, whatever else happens. The only two issues I believe, Your Honor, are going to be the child's name going forward and then non-disclosure. The name, I think, speaks for itself. The non-disclosure, I believe mom is requesting, well, she's requesting non-disclosure. I think there will be some testimony about calls to Gatesville PD for harassment. And I think mom's position is that she lives with the child's grandmother, but and she doesn't mind that address being known by the father. But I think she's wanting, if she eventually moves out on her own, to not have that address disclosed. Other than that, as far as agreements, my understanding, they agree on quite a bit. They agree on joint managing conservatorship with break-in visits, six on each level. They agree on retroactive child support from June 19, 23 to the present, total amount of $3,850 with a requested repayment of $70 a month. And they believe they agree to a guideline child support calculation of 309, a medical support calculation of 83. I believe the testimony will be government health coverage. And I think that does it, Your Honor.
All right, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and swear you both in, and we're gonna go ahead and take this matter up. I didn't say anything about this in my morning opening this morning. But under Texas law, it's considered to be in the child's best interest that the child's last name reflect that of the father in some manner, way, shape, or form. I always, if you're not married, then I'll always look at putting both names in there. Y'all just have to come up, and when push comes to shove on that, I'll let the mother pick the order of the name. She's the one that did all the hard work when it came to having the baby. So yeah, that's what I do on that. So the bottom line is, though, ma'am and sir, the law is best interest, and that's what I have to do. The child is still well under school age, so there's not a problem with the name change at this point. So I'll go ahead and get some testimony from both of you, what you want and why you want it, and then see what other disagreements there might be, and confirm the agreements that the state says that y'all have put forth so far.
And who is the child that we're here on?
Flora Lee Collins.
And who is her father?
Christian Cavazos.
Your Honor, I'd offer what's been marked as States 1.
All right, folks, maybe you can't see it well, but this is the DNA test results in your case. Is there any legal reason this should not come into evidence, Ms. Collins?
I think they look how I thought they would look.
All right. But any objection to court having it, ma'am? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, I don't have any rejection or anything.
Mr. Cavazos, any objection, sir?
I mean, we can't get a second one if we wanted to.
We're not gonna do a second one, Mr. Cavazos. I'm gonna go ahead and let this one in. It's the one in court order. Let me see what it says, and I'll let you know how if I'll even consider a second one. But you have the absolute right to ask me for that, sir. But I'm gonna go ahead and let this one in, and let's see what it says.
Yes, sir.
Number one is admitted. States exhibit number 1 shows that Christian Cavazos cannot be excluded as the biological father of the child. The probability is 99.9999998, which is well within the guidelines, sir, of 99.9, and it comes back at a combined paternity index of 7.1 million to 1. Unless you can show, sir, that there's something just really out about this one. And believe me, the law says 99.99, and you're at 99.99998, sir. That's going to cover. So
yes, sir.
I'm going to find that you are the child's father, sir. If you got some other proof you'd like to present to the court, and when it's your turn, I'll allow you to do it. But the state may proceed. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Collins, are you and Mr. Cavazos able to co-parent?
Hopefully, I hope that we will be able to co-parent one day.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm asking, yes,
I don't mind. Sorry, I don't mind a co-parent. It's just up to him if he hasn't been involved, so it's really up to him.
Well, so whether he exercises the rights that I'm going to ask the court to give him, I guess will be up to him if the court gives him the rights. But do you have any objection to him having a joint managing conservatorship, so you would both have the right to make major decisions for the child?
Yes, I'm fine with that.
Okay. And so my understanding is that y'all are in agreement that he'll have step up visits, so 6 supervised visits and then 6 unsupervised visits for a short period of time, 6 unsupervised visits for a longer period, so basically all day, and then 6 overnight visits. Is that your understanding?
Yes,
Okay. And you're in agreement with that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. What are you doing for health coverage for your daughter?
She's on Medicaid.
Okay. And as far as the money goes, my understanding is y'all are in agreement that his gross wages are approximately $1,826.33, with a guideline child support calculation of $309. Is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, no, I'm not a judge.
Sorry,
I'm just a lawyer. There's a
sorry.
lot of us.
Yes,
Yeah.
lawyer.
Don't worry about it. It's probably a demotion you just gave him, so don't worry about it, okay?
Right. That's the worst thing I get called all day, Your Honor. It'd be a good day. And the medical support, my understanding, which it would go to the state, but it'd be $83. Do you have any objection to that?
No.
And then also my understanding, the retroactive child support would be $3,850, and requesting the court that Mr. Cavazos repay that at $70 a month. Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's talk about non-disclosure. My understanding is you're asking the court not to disclose your address going forward.
Yes. There's a previous incident where Christian Cavazos kicked down my door to my apartment. And there was a police report on it, but I decided not to press the charges on him. I just don't want an incident like that happening again.
Okay, and when did that happen?
And this happened about 2 years ago.
Okay.
About a year and a half ago. About a year.
Okay. All right. Have there been in the last 2 years, have there been other issues with violence?
Yes.
Okay. What else has happened?
Not technically violence, but there has been instances of stalking that I had gone to Gatesville PD, and I've been working with the sheriff, or I worked with the sheriff. There's 3 reports on it. Nothing was filed because there wasn't enough evidence, but I do have it on paper.
Okay. Has he ever put his hands on you?
Yes.
Well, I should have asked, has he put
for-
in the last 2 years, has he put his hands on you?
Yes.
Okay. How long ago?
About 2 years. It's been about 2 years. The same, yeah, because it happened, 2 years.
Okay. What happened?
Just a lot.
Okay. So, but the court needs that information. So, I mean, are we talking, did he strike you? Did he choke you? What did he do?
Just
He push
normal
you?
pushing, shoving.
Okay. All right. So why don't you I think we probably need the full story. So what was going on that?
Yeah, so there's other stuff affecting it, but I have a lawyer for that, so I can't disclose certain information.
All right, I'm sorry, ma'am. You see you have an attorney?
Yes, not for this case, for a different case, but I can't.
Okay. What kind of cases? Okay, what other kind of cases is there out there? Because usually, if there's anything criminal that's held by the county government, or the county attorney's office, or the
Yes,
district attorney's
I
office,
will. Yeah, so Christian Cavazos accused me of strangling him a month after he knocked down my door. So I am in court going through that. I'm not convicted of anything.
Okay, then we're not gonna go any further on that. You're right. We're gonna stop. So it's
Yeah,
it's
it's for, yeah.
who did something. So and there's been no conviction, and but it's still pending. So yeah, we're stopping at this point. Thank you on that issue, on that item. You may proceed, Mr. Diamond.
I'll probably move on unless the court wants.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, thank you.
Well, Ms. Collins, I'm requesting the court order that you and Mr. Cavazos communicate through AppClose, whatever the court ends up ruling otherwise. Do you have any objection there?
I'm not objecting. No.
Okay. And I will pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, then call your next witness, and I'll come back to the mother in a moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Cavazos, will you state your full name, please?
Christian Cavazos.
Okay. So let's talk about the agreements first, and then we can talk about the disagreements. So the numbers that, well, as far as the visitation, was that your understanding? You'd be joint managing conservators, and you would have the step-up visits, 6 levels of each?
Correct.
Okay. And that's acceptable to you?
Well, how's that going to work? Because I do have a restraining order on her. So is there going to be an agent or someone else that's going to be there while I visit, or
Yeah, good
I would
question.
prefer Sierra not to be.
All right, here we go. I'm stopping this there. Yeah, here's what I'm gonna do, folks. For number one, baby getting a lawyer. Okay? Giving the child a lawyer. I want that lawyer to get me a copy of the restraining order, a copy of any and all pleadings, a copy of any and all reports. Because again, I got taken all that into consideration when I'm setting things up. I know you as lay people don't know that, but you said you had a restraining order, sir, but under Texas law, restraining orders are only good for 2 weeks. The other, before that, they had to be turned, and within that 2 week time frame, they had to be turned into a temporary order, a temporary injunction, and or a protective order. So the bottom
Yep,
line,
that's the one.
I'm gonna need a copy of everything that's out there with the two of you before I can make a legitimate order that will meet the will conform with any other court orders out there. I am going to go ahead and temporarily find that y'all are the parents of this child. I'm gonna go ahead and set up. I am gonna go ahead and order child support, because that's not gonna start till the first day of June. I'll hold in abeyance everything else going with retro and repayment and all that till we come back. And we're in Coryell County on this one, so let's see who I'm going to appoint. Just a second. And sir, where's your matter pending? Which county?
It should be McLennan.
In McLennan County. Okay.
But the detective I talked to, I think he was in Woodway. So I'm not sure if that's a different county.
No, that's McLennan.
Okay.
All right, let's go with Isaac Brimhall on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and appoint the child a lawyer to do an investigation. The state can only do so much. I can't do anything. But I am gonna go ahead and give the child a lawyer. The child's lawyer's name is Isaac Brimhall. He will be in contact with both of y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I'll ask Ms. Walker to see if Mr. Brimhall is coming in back to this court anytime the last week of May, within that last 10 days of May, so I can get a reset and get at least do a temporary order where let's see if he can do a temporary investigation and get the data showing what's out there as far as restraining orders, protective orders, temporary injunctions, all the matrix of items that are out there for people alleging certain things.
Your Honor, I have that, sir. It looks like he's on the 23rd, and there are a couple of judge slots still available on that day. Do you may keep going, Your Honor?
Yeah, keep going just in case.
He's on the 30th, but that docket is pretty heavy, Your Honor.
All right, let's go to the 23rd. Let's see. Hopefully, he can get everything done in that short amount of time. It's not that much, but again, I'm probably still there hasn't been a conviction, so we're not. So I'm still looking at going ahead and just making a temporary order naming the party's temporary joint management service. But I'm not going to order any rights until we come back on the 23rd, so I can see what I need to set up as far as visitation packages are concerned. And again, and to get a copy of that temporary order to see if based on the temporary on the restraining order or the ex parte protective order or the protective order, whatever's out there, what can be set up as far as the visitation package, as far as that first 6 visits are concerned. So folks, we're going to come back on the 23rd. The baby's going to get a lawyer. The lawyer's going to do the investigation for me, because judges are not allowed to investigate, and this is beyond the state's purview. So Mr. Brimhall will be your child's attorney. He doesn't represent mom nor dad. He doesn't represent what's in his client's best interest, and he's supposed to follow the Texas Family Code will help to figure that out. But he's going to get me this data so I can see what I can do, and he'll make recommendations going forward as far as that's concerned. First off, I need to have both of your permission to allow the state to give Mr. Brimhall your cell phone number, your phone numbers, and your email addresses so he can contact you. Is that okay with you, Ms. Collins?
Yes, and is giving him my lawyer's number okay as well?
If you want to go ahead and give me your lawyer's numbers, that's fine, okay?
Okay.
But he's gonna contact you, and he can get in contact with your lawyer. But again, he's gonna stay away, pretty much stay away from any, pending criminal matters, okay?
Okay.
But he's gonna get me copies of everything that's out there as far as, paperwork's concerned. Mr. Cavazos, does the, state have your permission, sir?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
All right, guys, again, I hate to pull the plug on this one before we come up with a final temporary order, a final order or a further temporary order. But this one's got a couple of curves in it. Curveballs I didn't expect at this time. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and come back on the 23rd and see what we can do as far as at least getting some type of a more comprehensive temporary order, or maybe even a final order. So at this time, Mr. Diamond, is there anything else the state needs for right now?
Your Honor, if I can, so three things I'd request. One is if I can recall Ms. Collins to ask her preference on the order of the surname, so maybe we could at least finish on that.
Okay.
And then if I
you
could,
can ask him also.
yeah,
So-
yes, Your Honor. And then if I could maybe see both of the parties in separate breakout rooms, I have to ask them to stick around until I get done with my other hearing. But
All
I
right.
want to ask about what counsel they have, get their counsel's information, and then I might have to tread very lightly if they're both represented, but I want to get that information.
Well,
if
he
that's
sounded
all
like
right.
he's getting his through the state, to the prosecutor's office, so the prosecutor's gonna represent him, so that won't be a problem. But obviously, you'll have to contact mom's attorney, or have him, present with, when you speak with her, about, anything concerning the criminal matter. But as far as this case is concerned, he doesn't have to be present, because obviously he's not an attorney of record. But
Yes, Your Honor.
go ahead and ask him about the name. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. So, Mr. Cavazos, my understanding, you would like the child to have your last name as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, DNA confirms that she's my child. She should have my name.
Yes, sir. Now, mom's preference will probably control here, but do you have a preference for how the court does it? Whose name goes first? Is there a hyphen? Is there not a hyphen?
No, sir.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, call the next witness, please.
Call Sierra Collins. Recall Sierra Collins. What's the name of your attorney, Miss Collins?
Attorney Walter Reeves in Waco, Texas.
Know him well. Okay. I'll get in touch with Mr. Reeves. And do you have a preference as far as would you like your child's name to be Collins hyphen Cavazos, Cavazos hyphen Collins, Collins Cavazos no hyphen? What would your preference be?
I would like my name first. So Floralee Collins, I guess hyphen Cavazos.
Okay.
Okay, that's gonna be it.
And nothing further, Your Honor. And I guess at this point I wouldn't need to see anybody in breakout rooms. I'll get in touch with Mr. Reeves.
All right, good enough then, folks. I'll see y'all back here in a couple of weeks. 1, 2, 3 weeks. All right, see y'all in 3 weeks. And hopefully, like I said, I get some clarification on some of this stuff where I can make a final order that works based on everything y'all got ongoing. Or whether or not I need to make it a temporary order and wait till y'all get through with everything else y'all got ongoing and bring y'all back afterwards. And that way, everything I do here can control without any problems. So, I'll start with you, ma'am. Any questions at this point, until we come back in 3 weeks?
I know that's fine with me.
All right, Mr. Vassos, any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, see y'all in 3 weeks, guys. Thank you very much. We're off the record.